Hello! Welcome in. Hey, Das.
Hello.
Hello. We are the NAT30s, and this is the Bums of Greenest. We are down a Roy/Adam/Arik, whatever you want to call him.
Trogdor.
But we do have a
Sorry.
Patrick/Zan on our Discord. So we're mostly here still, except for we are still missing a Rachel/Vidania, who I did message and to harass today. As I do every once in a while in a very nice way.
The gentle, adorable DM way.
Hey, just a reminder that we miss you and you're welcome back.
Alright, that doesn't look too bad. Like it's almost natural with Pat next to me and different lighting and different angle and everything. But,
Saint Gregor.
I have to say I don't like this side of the table though. It's not my jam.
Yeah, this is weird.
It is. I can't smell her feet. I don't know if she has her shoes on or not, but it's like.
Well, you guys are right where the heat is, so.
If you want to point that at you, if you want to get warmer, that's.
So I want to say a big thank you to Das for my lovely gift from our wonderful, fabulous moderator, Cheese Cat, who created a bunch of really beautiful resin items and handmade gorgeous things that she gave to people as part of the hide and seek tournament that was being run in our chat while we were playing for the months of October and November. So I did receive that, and thank you so much. I'm using it as a jewelry, I have my big jewelry box with all the jewelry that I never wear, and then I have this is my little pink jewelry coffin with all of the jewelry that I wear every day.
And the kids love the dreidels.
Yes, and the dreidels.
I'll take them. I'm like, there's half a dozen, so I'm like, spin, and they're like, oh, look at those things go!
Yes, and I did put a picture on our Discord of the coffin. It's a resin coffin. It's pink with glitter and white. It almost looked. The kids said that it looked like a bird was coming out of a mountain in the middle of it. It's beautiful. I should have actually brought it in, but I have my jewelry in it. So, thank you so much for gifting that to me.
Should we talk about these things too?
Yes, we have
Mug Club.
I got enough mugs to ensure that all of the bums have a D&D mug for our mug club. Still being worked out what the hell that means, but it's an exclusive club where you have a BD&D mug. So Pat, actually, you get to choose. Actually, I think I got you the
dragon.
No, so the dragon was the one that Roy wanted specifically.
Oh, Roy's.
And then the Captain
Pat's
Salties I got for Andrew. So
Gelatinous.
I got you a
that's a good one for
gelatinous
him.
Jim mug, Pat. So that's yours. So you can be part of the mug club. So for those who Morel 3D Morel 3D welcome in. I missed Bearded Fortress too. And I did say hi to St. Gregor, but I'll say it again. Hi. So, Patron, we do have a Patreon. The tiers start at $1. You get an automatic entry into our monthly giveaway, which we will be doing that monthly giveaway today at the break or when we come back from the break. You will see just underneath me the beautiful fall-themed dice that Almost Critical created for this month or for November. I'm still waiting to get pictures of the December dice, but every month there's an Almost Critical dice giveaway, so you can use your channel points. You can become a patron and get an automatic entry. You can chat in our Discord and get some entries when you level up, and all of that fun stuff. So, enter as many times as you would like, and we will show the giveaway or do the giveaway at the break. Next up we have... Oh, we also have a BD&D. So I had stopped doing it for a month or so because BD&D, they're out of New Zealand, and they just opened a physical store about a month ago. And I was trying to give them some time because they've been wonderful, and every time we do a live play D&D session, they give away something or allow us to give away something of theirs. So we have opened up our BD&D giveaway. I messaged them. They said, keep it going. So, okay, we're going on almost a year of them sponsoring our show. And
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
nope. So at the top of the screen, you will see to type hashtag BEADND to enter into the giveaway. And again, we will do that giveaway at the break when we come back from the break as well. So thank you to BEADND. You should check out their stuff. I'm gonna put the thing in the chat. BEADND. So you can go to their shop and check out all of the stuff that they have. We have them on the mugs here, the like Jim Gelatinous and the Rabbit Corn, and no, I'm wearing one of our shirts. So, yes, and then for our merch, there's a sale, right?
Yeah, brew bottles.
Brew bottles unite.
Oh yes, and I have a.
It's just
inspired-
too cold to just have the t-shirt though. But it's there. It's there. It's there.
My boobs are
You're
inspired.
inspired. Inspired
It's-
boobs.
They're
They
inspiring me.
speak only truth.
Roll a D.
You know they're inspired.
But yes, our TeePublic is on sale. I don't know the exact date, but pretty much till like the week before Christmas. I want to say like I posted on Instagram what TeePublic posted about getting the cutoff dates for shipping in order to get stuff by Christmas. There's like, I think next week or the week after, some Wednesday is like the cutoff for regular shipping. Then a few days later will be like FedEx and rush shipping or whatever. So check out our Instagram and possibly Twitter for that information. And yeah, get the stuff. People have been taking advantage of the stuff while it's on sale, and that's when you should honestly just buy your stuff when it's on sale and not when it's full price, because why would you?
Yeah, no, please do. Also, last thing, Captain Con. So this is a local convention. It's in Warwick. I can't even say that fast.
Warwick.
It's in Warwick, Rhode Island.
It's in Warwick.
February 4th through 6th. Couldn't remember the dates, and I was going to say the wrong thing. Again, you will see a card underneath me during the stream. You can get 10% off of your badges and passes with the code NAT30s. It is February 4th through 6th, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I am going to be running a session, actually a D&D session, Weeby Goblins. I'm going to run that. So you can come play with me as your DM if you are local. And I am also going to be moderating a panel discussion. More to come on that as we get closer to the dates, but you can come hang out with me. I might actually also try to GM another game too. And then I am currently getting messaged to potentially split a vendor table as well with several other people, so you can come hang out with us if you are local, see some of our patrons / partners in the Compound Network, and maybe play a game with me if you would like. I'm nervous about it. I have not, DM'd in person for strangers ever, and whatever. I'm a 38-year-old woman. I can do it. So
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah, you can.
So,
Your boobs are inspired. Come on.
I'll just wear this the whole
Inspire the rest of you. Let's go.
Titspiration.
There you go.
That's another shirt.
Titspiration. I like it.
time. All of our shirts are gonna end up being
Dirty?
yes.
Yes.
dirty orgasms
Slightly,
and
just
tits and arrows.
What can we do? Just
All
happens.
right. Well, I think that's all we've got.
Yep.
So I'm gonna run our intro thingy, and then we'll get started with the session, and we'll see how it goes.
was like a little
See if that
rinky-dink
comes
place,
out
and I
again.
walked in and I saw it, and I was like, what?
I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
came
it
here
was,
with
it was
afterwards,
because
I was
we're
like,
still playing in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one
So
of
it
those.
was longer than
crazy.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It was.
Hi, Kat. Hi, Graham.
Almost 2 years.
Hey,
Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy that
Right?
we've been playing that long.
you're right.
It'll be 2
Yeah.
years in January. But we
Holy
did take a
shit.
break of a few months. You guys definitely. You are over halfway done. I will say. You guys have gone over the hump
Wait, when did we take a break of a few months?
of bums. April.
Yeah,
to
we
June.
did.
Oh, right, we did, yeah.
Yeah.
We played for a long
We
time.
just kind of put them on pause for a little while.
Yeah.
Remember we did the goblins.
We did the
and
goblins.
We did all kinds of
We
other
did Booty
different things.
McBoatface.
Yeah.
Booty McBoatface. Oh, that was funny. That was a
Oh,
funny
I miss
Rowan.
I miss Booty.
Rowan.
Always
I miss
ruining
doing his voice.
scat in the mud.
Oh, I missed your Australian accent.
So
And walking around in your yellow dress. It's hilarious. It's so much fun.
Dress?
Yeah.
I'll
Oh my
have to
god.
I'll have to show you what booty looks like later.
Oh god.
Well, we have the
That's,
Mad Bioman.
that's a hell of a sentence. I have to show you what booty looks like
It
later.
kind of looks like Erdnot with like a yellow sundress on, but like taller.
and not
like, huge muscles.
remotely
It's an
close
elemental.
to. Yeah, it kind of looks like Erdnot, but not at all.
Not at
Just like taller.
It's like picture Erdnot and then throw that all out the window. That's exactly what he looks like.
yeah,
They
you
look
got
like
it.
they
You
look
got
like
it.
because booty
Yes,
booty is a day.
excuse me, yes.
Yes,
Booty
they
is
were.
a day.
They were a polycule. They were all four of them.
Oh yeah,
So
polycule. that's
sorry,
right.
everybody, doing a throwback. But we did.
No, maybe they'll go back and watch the videos
Yes,
now.
go
They'll
on
be
our-
interested.
Go
So
on our YouTube. You can see the Mad Biomancer's Tower.
it was
which
really
was
fun.
a one shot that we did. I think it was 2 sessions long.
2 or 3.
And it was a group of 4 adventurers played by Cuba, Annie, Roy, and Patrick. And they met in a bar, fell instantly in love during a speed dating, and decided to be a polycule that would travel and fight together. And they went on an adventure with for some rake-in.
But I think
Play that.
It was awesome.
but I think the funnest part of it was the characters. Everything
Oh, they
about
were-
the characters was created by the chat.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
the
that's
chat.
right.
We had the
Everybody.
chat
Characters,
went through each
yeah.
of us and like they told us like what our
What your names were.
race was, what our names were, what that's why I'm Booty McBoatface.
Yeah.
And I hate I primarily
Only
wear
yellow.
yellow,
Mhm.
and I hate stealing things, and it was a heist game.
It was like hilarious.
awesome.
Yeah, it was really hilarious.
So, when we last left the Bums of Greenest, you had decided to try and enjoy the Winter Festival in Waterdeep, an annual celebration that is held up and down the Sword Coast during the coldest season to try and lift spirits while waiting for spring to reemerge from its hibernation. You did some shopping, playing games, sparring, drinking, making new friends along the way. Your day ended at the Beer Golem, a dive bar on Slop Street in the southern ward of the City of Splendors. None of this I made up. You sang, drank, flirted, and were about to head on your way back to Narrow Creek Manor when you were ambushed by a half-blue dragon and several other assassins, each bearing the telltale regalia of the Cult of the Dragon. A tense battle ensued within the small bar, though luckily no innocent patrons were caught in the crossfire of any spells, as it became clear that the Bums of Greenest were the intended targets. Within minutes, several cultists lay dead. One, apparently the leader, lay captured and robbed of his ability to commit suicide with the Queen's consumption poison, and another escaped out into the street. Waterdavian guards and harpers soon appeared to assess the situation, and you were escorted home by Brianna Cuttlescar, a harper known to Zan, and others. At Narrow Creek, you were told to rest up and stay put until further instruction could be given. With Finardil and Alice out enjoying the festival, you were left to be taken care of by Fari and Rolee. The former, huffing and puffing as she hurried back to the kitchen to get sober quick foods ready, and the latter taking Micaiah's hand, the drunkest of the bunch, and leading her to her room, something they've done each night for the past several, in a completely platonic and Rolee taking care of Micaiah way.
Yes, absolutely. I'm not into goblins.
So, or is it that he's not into half-elves? They are not
Obviously,
into
it's
half-elves.
because I'm not into goblins. I mean, I could have that if I wanted it. Just don't want
Wow.
Okay.
I just don't want it.
Can you roll for cockiness?
NAT30. I don't even have to roll. That's how good I am.
So we rejoin you in the entrance
know
hall.
what that means.
Me neither.
As Brianna and the other Harpers have seemingly left you at the manor in the late evening, so you are standing in the entrance hall, except for Micaiah, who has been led gently by with one hand over the other, up the stairs, and then brought into the room. And you are soberer because you had been attacked, but. The Harpers have seemingly left, although Zan has the feeling that they've only left your sight. You just got attacked, so you're not going to just be left in. But Brianna did say before she was leaving that, she was going to go try to find out where Remy was and give you some more information as she received it. So, Fari has headed off into the kitchen, kind of grumbling to herself as you are bleeding a little bit on the front entranceway in the foyer. And Finerdil and Alice have not yet returned. But you do see a pile of stuff in the front entrance, and looking over at it, you can see that it appears to be the winter gear that was going to be delivered to you. So you can see heavy cloaks and snowshoes and things like that just kind of over in the entrance, as if somebody kind of dumped them there. But also knowing that Finerdil and Alice went out to go enjoy the festival, that kind of makes sense. Finerdil would never leave that just in a pile, so he hasn't been back. Yeah.
How did this cult leader? How was his suicide tooth removed? I'm assuming Zan reached in real quick and give me that tooth.
So it's not a tooth; it's a pill
Okay.
that's hidden in their mouth. They tuck it somewhere. And it was a group effort.
Guys got a big
It
mouth.
sure was.
It was a group effort.
Everybody pretty much had a finger in that mouth.
I believe Micaiah cast Hold Person to paralyze him. Then Zan came over and gave antitoxin immediately, and then tried to shove his hand in looking for it. Wasn't quite successful. Arik was tying him up so that he couldn't move while he was while the paralysis was starting to wear off.
Just his legs, though, right?
Just his legs were tied up. Yes, just the legs. And then
yeah.
what was who actually was successful? I think it was Abaddon.
Abaddon.
Abaddon reached in.
That investigation check.
With this
Nimble
little
fingers.
while Erdnot did attempt
Scoop
to kind
it
of see
Scoop it
if he could see where the other cultists jumped out the window and ran to, but couldn't see.
Okay. So I was gonna say Erdnot would have just kind of tried punching his teeth out, but all right. Just see what was
it's
out.
it's not a tooth. So if
You didn't know that?
Yeah, you do. You do. It's a pill. You guys have seen the pill.
Oh,
You've
okay.
gotten
I
it
thought
before.
it was a fake tooth,
No,
CIA type of.
No, it's a.
Remember from the Sky Castle, we got one of their suicide pills from one of the three that were in the cages.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys had given one, and then you gave it to the council. So when the Harpers and the Waterdavian guards showed up, so the guards showed up first, and then the Harpers came in after. Brianna being the one that Zan recognized, very dark skin, long, dark black hair. She's the one who he had met, and she had given him his tattoo. You gave the pill. No, I don't think you did give the pill. No, you didn't give the pill to them.
No, we gave it to the Baldur's Gate guards.
Okay. Okay, so
I
you gave
can't
it to
remember the name of the faction.
Okay, the Lord's Alliance.
Yes, it's the same people we turned in the two that surrendered.
Okay, yeah. So you guys left the leader in the tavern with the guards. Obviously, you weren't going to be allowed to take this cult person with you. But that is where and then you were escorted home because you were also drunk. Half of you were drunk.
But they're not drunk.
Yes.
Your parties.
Yeah, you won the drinking contest. So, and it had to be dwarven ale, or else there's no. It's not a contest if you can just drink water like. Ah!
I can do this all day.
Right. So yes, you did get drunk. But yeah, so you standing in there. Is there anything you wanted to do while you wait, or I can fast forward to the next thing?
Zan's gonna go to his room. He's getting ready to let it before they leave.
Okay. So Zan heads up. Actually not up, just down the hallway, past that door that you all had looked at before. And Fari is in the kitchen, still like loudly mumbling to herself. Like, you get the impression that it's kind of a, I don't know, like a defense mechanism, sort of. Like, she's gonna clean up your mess anyway, so whatever. But you can hear her complaining.
What time of night is it?
It's probably like 7 or
bedtime?
8. It's not really that late because you guys were about to leave at like 5 or 6. You were about to go. It was gonna be an early night because you had been drinking so much, pretty early. Natalie was left at the bar.
So we turn around and Abaddon's gone and there's an open window.
Well, is everybody like?
Makaya's
thinking
about it. Just thinking about it. I'm in my room. Yeah.
Yeah, Makaya's upstairs. Rolly is kind of like guarding the door. They lean in. I keep saying he. They lean in, and just check in. Like, how you doing, Makaya? How you doing?
I'm fine, Rolly. Thank you.
Can I get you some water?
Yes, water.
All right, I'll be right back. And then they head down the stairs, and you can see them go into the kitchen area where Fari is.
Rolly!
I can't hear you. Oh, no, wait, no, you can because...
Rolly!
The
Get
second
some
floor.
chips while you're down there!
All right!
I'm hungry!
The second floor, actually, your door opens up into everybody who's on the second floor, which actually would be Vidania, Abaddon, and Makaya.
Yes.
Ladies. Above the dining area actually goes up, and it's kind of like a balcony sort of that
that's so cool.
is around the dining area. It's not open to the side, but you can walk out of your room and look down into the dining area. So you can yell out to them, and they, all right, go get the food and water for you. They bring it back, hand it to you, like, you gonna be okay?
Oh yeah, I just need some food in my belly.
Fari's making some. So, I'm gonna get back to my post.
Okay.
Pat your hand,
Thank you, Rolly.
and then head back to,
I'll make sure I tell Arik what a great job he did taking care of me. I know he doesn't like your kind that much, but...
well, he's like, alright. Okay, alright. Have a good night. And then they go, out. Shaking their head a little bit. Humans. I mean, half elves.
I mean,
Half
he's
elves.
half wrong.
Well, Abaddon's gonna go to her room. And
Want some chips? I hear you.
I'm sneaking.
Roll a stealth check.
I hear those hooves. Clunk, 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 clunk. It's like when you hear the principal coming down the hallway.
This
You
might
know
be
it's
good
them.
though.
Because you just hear the shoes. Oh yeah, sorry. I hear you.
8? Yeah, you do.
Want some chips?
No thanks, Mickey. Just gonna go to bed.
No, fine. Be a party pooper.
The night. So Abaddon's gonna go to her room and close the door and pull.
Probably do secret stuff.
Oh, you're asleep.
I'm eating chips!
You're asleep and that camera is covered.
And you're not very stealthy, so if you're trying to do something stealthy right now, you suck at it.
Don't
Well,
worry.
Abaddon technically has her own tower, so.
Damn it.
This is a tower.
How you gonna be in a tower? And
need
away
a lot
from
of room.
everybody to be secretive.
Do you hear this?
Secret.
Okay,
No,
so
it doesn't.
I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm
Fine,
gonna-
go up to your tower. I'll eat all the chips myself.
Are you still yelling at her?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just picturing Micaiah on the bed with her eyes like
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening right now.
die.
I'm like
Fine,
asleep,
go.
kind of. Not really awake.
She's at that point where it's like those chips are either gonna hit right or they're gonna hit wrong.
Yep. They hit right now, though.
All right. Well, she'll check in. Is the room spinning yet, Mickey? Or the chips are good? Or
Yep, the
snacks?
chips are right here in front of me, and they're delicious.
All right. Good night. She'll borrow a kiss, and then go into her room.
Oh, she must be drunk.
Your bed is on the second floor of the tower.
All right,
And then,
I-
there's a library on the first floor.
Oh. Well, Abaddon's gonna go up to the second floor and sit on the bed and
some
pull out the
secret
orb
Okay.
and take a look.
Secret shit.
All right.
It's not a secret. It's okay.
It's okay.
So, 8 o'clock. Okay. So, you take out your little orb.
It's out of mine right there. Did I forget it here?
Okay.
I'll just take it out now.
Yeah, because you have it.
Because they really do.
I know.
And looking into it, you see the inside kind of starts to swirl, almost looking like there is glitter in there, kind of like when you make those stress jars for little kids where you put glitter and then you spin it around and then it swirls and stuff to try to calm them
Perfect.
down. That doesn't work for my children. So
Is that what that thing is next
yeah,
to the
that's what
sink?
it's supposed to be.
Peanut,
Doesn't
peanut jar, empty peanut jar full of water and glitter.
And there's a little bit of soap in it to try to get it to. Anyway, it doesn't work, but yours does. And
Anyways, it doesn't work.
so you look in there, and you actually can see the blonde-haired woman taking social media.
Trying,
What?
yeah.
It's his job to get out all of our Instagram stuff going.
I'm just looking at Mister.
So you see the blonde-haired woman who you know to be your mama, your mother. And actually, as the scrying spell takes hold, she comes into better focus, and you can see that she appears to be outside, in a very colorful street with you can't. The way that this works is like you have a very clear vision of her and mainly her face. It's almost like you're, a few feet away, kind of hovering and watching. But then the perimeter of her gets a little bit fuzzy. But you can see these what appear to be almost like lanterns and lights that are all around, and you can see shadows of people walking by. The lights are all different colors, greens and pinks and blues, and you can just barely hear the sound of a marketplace. And knowing that it is the first night of the winter festival, you imagine that she is out at such an event. And you can see her walking through the streets. She looks fabulous. Her hair is done up in a couple of braids that are like French braided and then put up. Clearly done by, somebody else, because of the intricacy. Like, you can't. I mean, you can. There are some people who can't, but she's a painter, so. She is wearing a very fancy, although mostly plain, dark cloak. You can see the embroidery of like gold and silver. So she's bundled up. She has a hood that comes like up, isn't over her hair, but is keeping her warm. And you can see your father standing next to her. He's also dressed pretty well, but also looks warm. He's got gloves on, and he is holding the hands of two young girls that you now know to be very likely your sisters. And everyone is dressed not like they're going to some kind of fancy party, but just that they are well off and enjoying a night out in the winter festival. You see at one moment, and you can just barely hear the oldest of the two sisters goes like, I want to look at that over there. And your dad looks at your mother, who is the focus of your orb. And she just kind of smiles a little bit and nods, and then he takes them off to one of the stalls, and she just kind of stands there looking around just at the festivities. And it's not a very eventful view, but for 10 minutes you just kind of watch them walking through the streets of the Jewel of the North and enjoying the Winterfest. And that starts over as the 10 minutes come to a close. It almost fades and then starts again, and you get to watch again the same scene.
Okay. Should probably watch it like twice.
Yeah.
And then head down to the library downstairs and look for any history books.
Okay. Oh, you had gotten a book on Neverwinter, actually, I think, while you were out at the bookstore.
Oh, I bet I did.
I believe so, right? When you guys were out together at the
Did her
bookstore.
not ever give
No. You didn't have a chance yet.
Okay.
So next time. I could awkwardly play our fire song. But it wouldn't have the same effect, so.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You got
Yeah.
a history of Neverwinter.
Yep.
So, in that, I can tell you I can send you the things that you
Okay.
want, but basically, the history of Neverwinter, which you mostly knew, but this one goes into a lot more detail about the beginnings of Neverwinter, some basics that, like, Lord Neverember was actually, when you all went to that first council of Waterdeep, he was like a lord of Waterdeep. He had ties to Neverwinter, and people know of him from there, but he is technically from Waterdeep, and is trying to help Neverwinter get more established. Something else you find out, Neverwinter, so when that Mount Hotanau exploded, and then there was that chasm that opened up in Neverwinter, and all these demons and things started coming out, they were able to seal that magically. So the city has a huge chunk, probably about 25% of it, that is magically sealed to try to help keep monsters from coming up and out of it.
The look on your face. Sealed. The look on your face.
It's dangerous.
Is so perfect. Sorry. She's just like.
It's bad.
You also do know from the history that, and this is more recent, that Neverember has been, he's been challenged by quite a few. There are different factions that are currently, like, within the city, that some of them just don't like him, and they don't agree with whatever he's doing. And then recently there was an orc and half-orc attack that happened where they were taking up probably about 10%. They had, like, breached the walls and took up, like, about 10% of the city, but then finally, just within the past couple of years, there was enough people came together to push them out. But Neverwinter is very diverse. And from the things that you're reading, it is not uncommon to see tieflings there, not uncommon to see half-orcs and orcs there, and it's pretty, like, it's inclusive, and there's a lot of different types, although it is dangerous still, unless you have a decent amount of money and can live in the rich part of the area. But I can give you more after. That's kind of like what you find. And you also know or learn that the river that flows through Neverwinter, one of the theories about how Neverwinter got its name is that that river has this heat that comes off of it, and it never, like, freezes along that area. And so one of the theories is that Neverwinter got its name because it is never winter there due to the river that flows through, giving off this heat that no one knows why.
Are there any, like, as I'm reading about the city or anything, like monuments or notable things where I'd be like, that could be an area where I could have seen it in my little ball? Or, like, any associations there?
So you do know that Neverwinter is split into. Hold on, I'm trying to find the wiki. Here it is. Neverwinter is split into different districts now. So there were many districts before the calamity, and then the or the ruining, as they say, and then after, when 25% of the city ended up getting kind of destroyed there, it ended up with less. So now they have the Protector's Enclave, which is near the city core, or the where the castle is, where Lord Neverember lives. That's the richest area. There is the Black Lake District, which is let's see. It has the Black Lake, the actual Black Lake. At its heart, and 1 second, it is that part is having a tough time being rebuilt because one of the factions, called the Sons of Alagondar, are against Neverember, and so he's been trying to rebuild that area because it got pretty badly disrupted, but it hasn't worked out because they are fighting against him. There's also the Never Death Graveyard. It's the main graveyard. There's an Arcanist Quarter and a Beggar's Nest that were completely replaced by the Chasm. So that Chasm is where everything. It was sealed about 4 or 5 years ago. And then the River District, and then there's also the Dock District, which has kind of become part of the Protector's enclave. So, given what you know, it is likely that anybody who has money is located in the Protector's Enclave, which is kind of in the southwestern section of the city where the docks are and where it meets out into the sea.
Okay, great. And finally, I'm going to check the bookcases for books on dragons, specifically.
Actually roll a D100, because this is more about like the chances of finding something from the existing library that Ulbrinter had, as opposed, because it's not it's a personal library.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So sorry, Zan, you were writing a letter. What was your letter?
He's gonna write a letter back to Priest and Greenest, returning the letter that he sent him,
Okay.
and just kind of, give him the vague outline of what he's been up to, and tell him that he received word that Kane is just east of Barnstead, not too far from Greenest.
All right. Okay. After doing that, would Zan go back to the dining hall, or kind of like get ready to go to bed?
No, he'd go back out in case Remy comes.
Okay. All right. What did you roll?
70.
I will say that you are able to find a book about dragons, and I will look up what that would give you.
Sweet. Thank you.
Or not.
Is tomorrow the meeting?
So Brianna Cuddlescar told you all that she was going to go to try to find Remy now, and to stay put, and she would be back. And so there's no... You were kind of expecting that Brianna's going to, or somebody is going to come back. Either Remy, Brianna, somebody's going to come back tonight.
So the meeting is being moved forward?
There's no council meeting that has been established yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought we had like. I think we were waiting for this meeting.
No, the second council meeting has not been figured out yet. No, so that what Remy would like for you all to do next is from your understanding, you decide you had 2 ways to go. You could go to Varum the White or to the Old White Death, basically to go find Macath the Crimson. So, white or red, and you all chose Varum the White at her request. Was could you go take care of this first? Which you could have done either one, but. So your next task is Macath the Crimson and heading north. But they have not settled on a council yet.
Erdnot would go to the kitchen and mansplain a recipe how to sober people up fast.
Okay.
So.
Are you talking about me? I can hear you.
Make a
I'm plenty sober. I had chips.
make a charisma
I'm
check.
fine.
Actually.
I hear you are not brew bottle.
She's not all in that great of a mood because you guys have been bleeding on her stuff, like on her freshly cleaned area. She's the only one to take care of this matter.
16.
All right, she like as you come in, she gets a little smile on her face, and you come in and start. What are you explaining to her?
The best way to sober up some folk, especially non-dwarven folk, is you take some water. You boil it. You add several dozen hot peppers to the bowl. And then you take some oatmeal and you mix that in. And once that all settles into a half mush but still liquid, I'm looking at you because you're 40 right now. Because my neck hurts to look that way from an old accident. You want to make sure that you can drink it and it doesn't get stuck in your throat. That's when you have the right consistency, and that's when you give it to the rest of them that need to sober up. And have you got any meat on a stick?
Fari's like, that I can give you, yes. I've always got meat on a stick for you.
Excellent.
Did you hear that?
She just like kind of flips one on the burner.
Erdnot, she likes you.
She hands you the meat on the stick.
Don't yell across the house!
Too late.
So she
It's like a frat house.
she just kind of nods and is like, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Oh.
Alright, good. Takes his meat out.
I'll take some.
Yeah, go sit down. I'll get you some meat.
Excellent. I stabbed people, right, in this fight?
You did, yes.
Okay.
People.
I mean, you didn't stab anybody. You hacked them with your axe there.
Okay. So, not thinking about that she's gonna have to clean this mess, he goes back to the living room area, foyer, wherever the hell we
The
were.
entrance area.
And sits down and just takes out a rag and is just cleaning his axe.
All right. So as
She's
you
pissed. She was flirting with you, and now you're pissing her off. Jesus, Erdnot. No wonder you have been a virgin for like 1,000,000 years.
It's children. It's not
you
a virgin.
became
A
new
reborn virgin is what I mean.
The man of God.
As you head out into
Yeah.
the entrance,
He's got no time for the nookie.
Fari follows you out with
It's
the
always time for the
beer to
nookie.
give you the ale, and she's like, there's a little bit of a smile as she sees what you're doing. She places the ale down, and then as you're cleaning, she like comes over and she's a little bit. She's like, ugh. And she bends down and.
Yes!
You see her.
She's dead.
Is Ernie looking? Wait, is he looking?
Erdnot's passive perception is a. Hold on, I'm gonna roll a.
Yes, see if
I'm
he's
gonna roll
looking.
a
See if
It's
he's
not
looking.
high.
See if he's looking.
I'm gonna roll a performance.
Can we roll to see if how aroused he is?
So
Does he
Fari
get
comes
aroused
over
by
and
that?
it's like you're kind of like.
I want to
cleaning off
know.
The like the gore from your thing. It's just kind of like
Oh God.
on the stone floor of the
It's a
entranceway.
stone floor. It's not the rug.
And no, not on the rug. And she comes
Disrespectful.
over and she's like, "Oh, okay." And then she leans down and she just takes a rag. She's like, leans down in front, and you can see it like tilts her, just shifts her back just slightly, so that badonkadonk that you have actually seen several times.
Yeah, this is the
before.
third that bum though I
Yeah,
on her, I
with
think.
far, yes. It kind of tilts, and let's see.
It must be having an effect by now.
Oh, it's a 14.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't help but kind of your passive perception is
Can't help it.
is a 10,
Can't help
but
it.
with a 14, she is able to get your attention a little bit as you kind of peer up and look, and she just kind of like looks for a second over her shoulder, but then just keeps on like,
Oh, she
cleaning
saw you
the-
looking at her. Keep cleaning that X.
I hear you,
Polish it.
Cleaning that X. Cleaning that X.
and then she just kind of like, ugh. All right. Well, are you done? Or are you gonna
That's
need
what she
me to
said.
come back and clean up some more?
I'll take care of it.
All right.
You're the worst.
All right, Ernie. and then she
Oh my god.
walks back down to the kitchen getting stuff ready for. She sees you, Zan, and
She must
she.
have back problems.
Um,
All that moaning and groaning as she got up.
God,
she
Erdnot.
leads over to
How
you,
were you
Zan,
ever
and she's
married? How
like,
did you ever have children?
Can I get you anything?
Just some water.
Well, I got this new recipe from your friend Ernie. I'm gonna try it out on you, okay? To help with the hangover. I know, you half elf, half humans get a little. Anyway, I'm gonna go get it. And so she goes gets you the water, and then she starts making whatever the hell it is that you just
Spicy oatmeal.
All right. Meanwhile, Arik has disappeared into his room and has not been seen for a little bit. Then he comes back out and sits down. He was sober, so yeah. So he was sober, so he just comes and sits down with the group. Anything else people wanted to do? So a couple of hours pass. Fari has gotten you all situated, and then maybe like an hour and a half in, you suddenly hear the front open, and then like a little bit of hustling and bustling up in the front entrance, and then you see in the doorway your butler, Finerdale, also known as Tim, comes around, and he's like, and Alice is with him, the dark-haired human valet that you have. They both come in, and Finerdale is like, I'm so sorry. Who would have thought? Tonight of all nights, Alice and I were just out enjoying the festival. I didn't know that I would be needed back in such a hurry. I heard what occurred, that there was an attack. How are you? How are you all?
There's my guy downstairs.
We live. Most of them don't, so we came out on the better side.
Sounds.
You know you're
bad.
doing a good job when your enemies attack you when you're not expecting it.
That's one way of looking at it. Yes, it sounds as though
How
they.
does that mean doing a good job?
Means you're getting to them.
But you should be prepared so that they don't attack you.
I'm always prepared.
Obviously not, because we just got sneak attack.
We survived. They did not.
Well, it's quite a feat. I understand you engaged in the drinking contest and.
No, we were drunk. You were gonna say that. That's
Yes.
fine. Yeah,
you
we were drunk.
You were drunk,
Yeah.
and you still.
And we still won. That's
slaughtered
right.
them. Yes,
Mhm.
They should have known better. I would say.
Absolutely.
I'm
That only makes me fight better, you know?
Clearly, I've never seen any of you fight at all, but I heard the rumors. It didn't take very long, an attack in the city during the festival. Anyway, I apologize for leaving my post. We assumed, and Fari comes out and she's like, I told them to go. I could handle it. I had it. And Firedale's like, thank you. And Fari's like, Tim, just go.
No need to apologize.
All right. Well, thank you. I noticed that there was gear for you in the entrance. I will go prepare it. Alice and I will go get that ready. And Alice hasn't said much. She's just looked really nervous. She's young, pretty young, a little bit older than Abaddon. Might be her first job. Who knows? But she's just like trying not to be noticed too much. And he like kind of grabs her sleeve a little bit. And, okay, we're gonna go get that ready. So you can hear them getting stuff ready in the front for your travels. Not long after that, you hear Finardill greet somebody else in the front area there, and then he comes back to get you. As he says, Brianna Kuddleskar from the Harpers has returned. Would you like me to bring her here to the dining room, or would you like to greet her in the entrance?
Zan gets up and starts walking.
And he leads you.
What's wrong with the dining room?
Are you all gonna go, or let Zan?
But
I'm just letting Zan do it.
You could have come down. I mean, it's been like an hour and a half.
Unless you
or
snuck
so.
out that window.
I probably came down for snacks.
Okay, yeah. So, so your call. Just Zan, or you all gonna?
No, I'm having snacks.
Okay, so you all are eating. So Zan, you come back into the entrance hall. Finardill just kind of nods and then heads upstairs to give you some privacy in your discussion. And Brianna says, so how are you feeling?
I'm alright. I'll live.
Good. So I did speak to Remy, and she decided to go straight to Castle Waterdeep, where the prisoner is being held. She expressed some concern at how bold the cult had gotten, considering they attacked you in the middle of a crowded tavern in the middle of the first day of our winter festival. She has dispatched more Harpers to try to locate the one that escaped, but at this point we don't have high hopes. We will see. I'm never really privy to the important conversations, but what I can say is that Remy had been trying to really get all of the lords back together, and so an attack like this in the city against you all may be exactly what we needed in order to bring them to the table for another discussion. So unfortunate that it had to occur this way, but silver lining, I guess.
Perhaps some good can come of this.
Yes, I hope so. So from my discussion with her, she did say that if you choose to leave tomorrow, the gear was dropped here, but she does plan on coming by in the afternoon. So it's up to you. She did not say that you had to stay, but she was going to stop in and see how you all were faring and perhaps be able to share any news of her discussions with the lords, or maybe what they find out from the cultist. She did want me to share with you a little bit extra on the whereabouts of Macath the Crimson. She was not sure if this had already been shared, but I will just, and she takes out a paper and reads from it. So Macath reported her progress at the host tower by way of sending spells. And her last report, when she went to the Spine of the North, spoke of seeing ice hunters that were paddling their sealskin boats towards a huge iceberg, flattened like a plateau across its surface, but ringed by icy peaks. She had intended to follow the ice hunters and investigate the iceberg. After that, no more reports came. Attempts to find Macath using scrying and other magical means located only her ship, adrift and heavily damaged. Some of the ship's crew were seen dead, but no sign of the tiefling sorcerer was ever found, However, the lair of a dragon, as powerful as I've even practiced this, Arauthator, is no doubt protected against scrying magic. If Makath is alive, in addition to the lore she can share regarding the Drakehorn, the Arcane Brotherhood would be most grateful to get her back. She kind of hands you the slip of paper so you can have it. So I don't know if I can answer any questions for you, but essentially it's up to you whether you'd like to stay and wait for Remy to speak with you tomorrow, or if you want to leave. Either way, I can relay your decision to her.
I think that I speak for everyone to say we'd like to get any information and not try to kill us.
Okay. I will tell her that. Are there any questions I can try to answer for you this evening, or send along to Remy?
If you can pass along to Remy and Amelia, she said there's a ship waiting for us. If there's any contacts in the area, you should be aware of the ride. Anyone can give us a heads up while we're there.
Okay. Oro Kakator. Turbo, you got me. I shouldn't have looked at the chat. Ora Kakator? So, Brianna nods, kind of pats you on the shoulder, and just says, get some rest. We have... there's a raid!
Hey.
Welcome in, Raiders! Hey. Role Players Guild. It's been a while.
Oh, hello.
Thank you, guys.
Nice to see you. Thank you for the sub. 1 year. Thank you so much, Beluga.
Wow.
And you can give inspiration
That's awesome. 1 year.
to anybody that you would like at the table. So just let us know who you'd like.
We're
Or
like,
to
wow, they're 2 months sub, and now it's like, what
12
was it? Was it Ian was like
19
16
months,
months?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like holy shit.
So you can give inspiration to somebody in particular, or it can go to the pool, and anybody can choose it. So don't forget, guys. Yeah, there's inspiration here. That if you really want to make a roll, you've got 2 d4s and 1 d8 that you can use.
I'll try not to waste it this time.
All right. So Brianna heads out, and unless there's anything else that you all wanted to do this evening, or Zan gonna relay any of that information to the group.
Yeah, Zan will tell the whole group the information that Remy will be coming tomorrow. We should plan to leave after speaking to Remy.
Okay. All right. So
Did the jalapeno oatmeal work on sobering up Micaiah or anybody?
let me make a roll and see how well.
Oh, of course it did.
Oh.
It didn't. It made me throw
She's
up.
barfing.
It wasn't that one, wasn't it?
It was a 2.
The Exorcist.
So Fari does her best to go off of memory of what you said. Also, what you said
wasn't
sounds
liquid.
horribly disgusting.
It wasn't liquid. I bet it was chunks.
Right.
It was
it needs to be.
It
It
was
needs to. It
chunks.
needs to be. You need
It
to
wasn't
have
liquid.
that fine balance.
No.
It was
where
not
it's liquid, but
She
not over
places
the
it
chunk.
down in front of Zan, Micaiah, and that was it. Oh no, Erdnot, you're like you.
I
kinda
tried
get
to
over
swallow
the
it
poison.
down, but
His meat on a stick and
Yeah.
and some bread.
It
Of course, you're
smells
fine.
Interesting. There's that mixture of. There's no sugar in it, right? So it's just like that kind of earthy, oaty, weedy smell with the hint of spice.
Hint. I think she put too many jalapenos in here.
Probably did.
I like my things hot,
It's
but
an
goddamn,
interesting color.
Erna, what'd you tell her to put
It's
in
supposed
here?
to work like the cactus juice in Back to the Future 3 when they
Gee.
pour it down Doc's throat and he's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, exactly.
So that shit sobers you up.
I sure did.
And yeah, it is not good.
Yeah.
It is not good. You like your nostrils burn as you take a bite of it. It is chunky and like you're biting down on the oatmeal part, which is like
Erdnot's back. No, you drink it. Put the spoon
you're
down.
biting down on the chunks of jalapeno that were. It's just not. And Fari's standing there like, how is it?
This is terrible. Who told you how to make this?
Well, you can think I'm gonna go clean. She gets up and walks out.
This is your fault. This is horrible.
Ferdinand
hear
takes it
her,
from
like,
her and he goes,
mumbling to herself, like, I sit here and I make all this food. And I clean
nice.
up, I do all of these things for these people.
She didn't do it right. So it's the first time. She's just a child.
So why'd you let her give me something that was her first time?
She's the cook. She's got to learn some way.
Remind me not to be your guinea pig anymore. Disgusting.
Usually works on non-dwarves.
It didn't work.
So as midnight starts rolling around, Finerdale comes out, and he says, so Fari has gone home for the evening. Alice and I, Alice, I also sent her home. Unless you need anything from us this evening, I believe the guards will be switching up. I believe Rolly and Arwell are on at the moment, and Quinn should be relieving Rolly in a couple of hours. I was going to head home myself. Unless you need me.
No, we don't need you.
Alright. Again, I apologize for not being at my post when needed. It won't happen again.
Good.
Ha! And he heads out. The next day, early in the morning.
Such a jerk.
Don't be a jerk.
He snaps at that help.
He's a dwarf.
After you
There's
gave that horrible recipe to that woman.
He's a dwarf.
Jesus.
He appreciates
Kai has to go pee.
scheduling and responsibility and doing your job.
So in the morning, there isn't much to. You all have some more time to kind of hang out, rest up, get over your hangovers. Those of you that would have them, and then, is there anything, any shopping or anything that you all wanted to do? Anybody wanted to do before?
I think we
Done all
shot
the
the
shopping.
hell out of everything, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, I guess do we have provisions, like enough rations and food for our travels and stuff?
I don't know that you've been marking them off. So
I was like
Okay.
when we were heavily using
You
our
probably
rations.
need to buy
I don't know.
some more because you're about to head over to a ship, but the ship is likely to have some stuff on it.
We only have 10 rations in the bag of holding.
Abaddon got a dust of disappearance, by the way, so you have that added. Grimoire just gave you some dust of disappearance,
Thank you.
which will
I still have 25 rations.
Yeah, I don't think you've been using them.
I don't remember the last time we used rations, but I remember like we stocked up.
Yeah, you would have
After
been
the
using them on
caravan, I
your,
think.
when you were traveling through the Serpent Hills and
Oh,
all
okay.
of that stuff. So
Do you want me to like mark off like 10 of them or something?
yeah, that's fine. So the morning goes by, nothing really to report. You can. Finerdale is already there when you guys wake up, or when the majority of you wake up. He gets there probably like 7 in the morning or so, and Alice comes soon after, and then Fari shows up and starts making food. They do tell you that, there are rumors about what happened. People are aware that there was an attack at the beer golem. Luckily, no one was killed other than the people who attacked. And then, of course, all these different rumors about who came and got them. It was a secret organization. It's not like the Harpers walked in and were like, the Harpers are here, don't worry. A secret organization got this one of them survived, or no, it was the Waterdeep guards came and got them, and blah blah blah. So there's rumors about what has gone on.
What do the rumors say about us?
They say that a group of adventurers, people know them as the Champions of Greenest. Oh, the Champions of Greenest were here. You can hear people talking about it. And then people kind of surmising that you all are working for the government now and stuff like that. Why would you be attacked? Maybe you were part of the cult and then you broke free. There's all different types of rumors about what potentially has gone on. And the day goes on, and then about after lunchtime, after Fari gets you guys a decent lunch, she actually makes you a brunch, we'll say. She makes you a breakfasty lunch, and then some snacks in between. She does not try the hangover meal again. This time.
Practice until you do it right.
Says the guy who didn't have to eat it.
He tried it.
Make it again.
He tried it.
And then about like noonish, 1 o'clock, Finer Dill does come to get you all, and you approach the entrance just to let you know. He says Remy is there, so you come over and you see Ramalia Haventree. She looks really tired, even though she has she probably has cast prestidigitation on herself to make herself look really fresh. There's a little bit of you can tell in her eyes that she's been up. And so she's standing in the entranceway, dressed very well, like she is going to attend more Winter Festival events today, and has to continue giving that air of being a public official in some way. She is still wearing very dark colors, not necessarily all black, but definitely black and dark blues, with just a little hint of silver, as she is in mourning from her husband being murdered in the street. And she's standing there looking at all of you and just well, what an evening. You all look alive, so that is good. That is a good thing. What happened? I do know what was described to me from those that arrived after, but what occurred at the beer golem last night, if you wouldn't mind?
Well, I feel like I wasn't there.
Oh my god. Yeah.
From what we can tell, they were either watching followers throughout the day, waited for a moment when it seemed like they had a best chance. They were already inside the establishment before the person made a move, so they coordinated their attack. They overwhelmed us at first, but prevailed. Tried to keep on alive, with no questioning, no wanted to escape. What if
Yes, I appreciate that you all were able to keep one alive. We have actually we have brought them to the Waterdeep castle. Interrogations must be handled delicately, as I'm sure you can appreciate. But we did begin last night. It was a long night, but I'm not sure if the cult yet knows that one of them was in fact captured by us. We have engaged certain protections to keep them from being located should someone attempt to find them. The one that
hopefully you can gain some kind of information from that.
we will definitely try. They are very loyal to their cause, I will say that. And the one that you were able to bring down to us was wearing the regalia of a 3rd level in the cult. They are called Dragon Fangs.
What color is that?
This one was a blue dragon, but they had the 3rd level thing.
Okay, I only know them by colors.
There are 5 chromatic dragons: blue,
But there's
red,
different levels
white,
in each
green, black.
Oh, right. They
all
have,
the
like a
different
necklace,
levels.
right?
It's not. Yeah, it's like
Or something.
almost like a pin or a brooch.
Oh, okay.
But, And we also received another of the Queen's consumption, which I thank you again for providing that to us, as we can only do so much research on the very, very small vials that we receive, and this is only the second one, the first being supplied by you as well, that we have been able to get our hands on. So perhaps with more time and another specimen, we can determine better ways to prevent them from using it. I can't make any promises, as I mentioned. The magic to create this is quite powerful. It appears to be some kind of mixture of elements from each of the 5 dragon glands that then comes together and is extremely potent when ingested or internally applied, we'll say. So, but we have another specimen and we can do our best to try again. We were able to interrogate several patrons of the beer golem. It does not appear that anyone is sure why you all were attacked, although you were quite popular at the establishment last night, and so it
Exactly.
did not,
Why would they attack us?
it did not go unnoticed that you all were the target. So we're just letting rumors be what they are. No need to try to circumvent anything here, but
Is anybody saying anything about the cult
it was
publicly?
not clear to any of the individuals there that there was a cult involved at all. The way that the raids have been taking place, they've gotten more bold in showing their outfits and whatnot, but they still appear to be presenting themselves as raiders for the most part, and only those who have been directly involved in the raids have seen any indication of a grouping.
Have any of your people undercover received any word of the attack on us from within the cult ranks?
No, nothing yet. Too soon. But after the attack, I was able to communicate with the Lords of Waterdeep. And due to the severity of the incident, I believe that it may be enough for me to bring them back to the table sooner than later. I also was able to convince them to allow you all to use the Teleportation Circle that brings you from Waterdeep to Neverwinter. It is preferred over the griffins or traveling by horse up the road, as the dragons have been, not just large dragons, but wyverns and other drakes have been flying more frequently.
So we don't have to take a boat.
You will have to take a boat once you arrive at Neverwinter. That's where the Frost Skimmer is waiting for you, but you no longer have to travel from here to Neverwinter in precarious situations.
Small victories.
Perhaps it'll help us keep a lower profile if the cult is willing to attack us in the middle of a festival. Then they're probably going to try and keep watching us and keep tabs on us.
Perhaps they'll think twice before they do it again.
I'm just
Indeed.
more concerned with them watching our movements.
They will likely try again. But it appears that they underestimated you. So, good and bad. They underestimated you this time. But just be aware that they are being led by some much smarter individuals than they have in the past. And so if this time they failed, quite miserably from what I understand. Next time, I just worry that next time there would be more innocent casualties. We were lucky in that way. So, the teleportation circle, from my understanding, I was briefed on your arrival here in the city at the House of Heroes, the Temple of Tempest, when you first arrived. A little bit unplanned, but they do know your faces and names and did check with us. So the House of Heroes Teleportation Circle will be able to bring you to the House of Knowledge, or the Hall of Knowledge in Neverwinter. It is a temple of Ogma, which is interesting, very different, we'll say, from the Temple of Tempest. And you all know from the Pantheon that the Lord of the Bards, Lord of Inspiration, is Ogma, the god of the bards, of art and creativity and imagination and whatnot. That is and knowledge. That's the god in the Hall of Knowledge. And Remy continues, just do be aware that this was no small feat on my end. I do understand that you have done quite a bit for the city, but teleportation circles are quite heavily guarded, or are supposed to be. There are several magics, even if you did not feel them while you were in the Temple of Tempest, that are monitoring those that appear, and they are not easily come by. And you kind of, will say, Zan, you notice that Arik kind of gives a little, like a face. And all of you do remember that Arik said that he traveled from Neverwinter to Baldur's Gate via the teleportation circle. And that he had paid somebody, essentially, to get him through. So he arrived in Baldur's Gate having figured out a way. I mean, not necessarily on purpose, like you just kind of are searching for
he
a
went
way.
around the TSA.
He did, essentially. He was able to use the teleportation circle to get to Baldur's Gate. So,
They didn't pat him down.
well, it was
Excuse me, sir.
in the wee
I need you to
hours.
stand over here.
It was in the wee hours of the morning, we'll say. So Remy also says, things have gotten very complicated, we'll say, politically, since your last dealings with the council. So we'll see if it's for the better or worse, but things like this are never as simple as we would like for them to be. So
Anything we should be aware of?
nothing that you need to worry about at the moment. It doesn't overly concern you all, but you will see likely some changes at the next meeting, as politics has a way of getting in the way of real progress. Right now, your main task is still to do what you can to slow the cult. I believe Brianna has briefed you or given you the information. I was unsure if you would want to leave right away or wait to speak with me, but the information that we have on Makath, the Crimson, your goal is to determine if you can find her, and if not her, then at least her notes or any information that she may have gathered on the Drakehorn, the dragons. Be very careful. As I mentioned, you are heading into the Spine of the North. That is the lair and territory of the Old White Death. Our Uthator is just not someone to be trifled with. He is very intelligent, especially for a white dragon. They are the least intelligent of the 5 chromatic, but he has spent decades, centuries, learning and practicing spellcraft. He is very old and is known for, well, no adventurer has ever succeeded in taking him on. So just keep that in mind as you continue on. We would like to see you alive back here, continuing with your work, so just be very careful. He is not called the Old White Death. For show.
We'll be ready.
If there's I've left the gear here in the entrance of your manor, and you will be expected on the other end of the teleportation circle. Whenever you choose to arrive, you may use your writ from the lords if there's any trouble, and whether you choose to head out immediately on the Frost Skimmer once you arrive, or stay an evening in Neverwinter, that's your call. But the Frost Skimmer will be there with Captain Larusta, Half-Face. And
What is the other half?
Well, I'll let him tell you that story.
Ah, good tale.
And his crew. They are awaiting you whenever you arrive. They will be ready to take you on. It is a small ship. A long boat, I believe. And it has a very short draft, from my understanding. It can be lifted up out of the waters and put on the ice floes, and I don't know much about boats, but it will get you there quickly, and that is the goal.
Oh, this is not gonna be fun.
What do you mean? This is gonna be awesome.
Boats. Not natural.
Boats are awesome.
Yes, I don't envy you, I will say that.
You just want to be buried in the ground.
I'd rather have my feet on something solid, aye.
I can share that sentiment.
Where's your sense of
bottle.
adventure?
On the ground.
Get up off the ground.
I will also warn you, and this one is not quite as dangerous as the Old White Death. However, you will be likely greeted by Grand Scribe Spivey Leothenson. Very unpleasant man. I will just let you know. There's nothing I can do to shield you from that interaction, but keep your conversations brief, and you should escape relatively unscathed.
Wait, who is this?
The Grand Scribe Spivey Leothenson is overseeing the reconstruction of the Hall of Knowledge, as it is along the wall which separates the chasm of Neverwinter from the Protector's Enclave. And it was very, very heavily damaged. It was taken over by... It's complicated. However, he is overseeing the reconstruction. He's Grand Scribe of the Hall of Knowledge, and just unpleasant. It's just a very unpleasant half-elf. I don't know... I apologize in advance.
Part of this? Is he aware of our mission?
He is aware of, yes. He is aware of you. We have others within the hall that are more aware, I will say. But just interact with him as little as possible. He only needs to greet you, send you out into the city, and you will never have to deal with him again.
Good.
But please be pleasant.
I'm always pleasant, lady.
Indeed.
Evan will giggle.
Have you ever been to Neverwinter? And Arik is gonna pipe up and be like, I have.
You sound weird today, boy.
I have. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, boy, I've been there.
He's watching it now.
Are you there? Oh, hey, there you are. Did you like my impression? Hey, yes, I. So, he just says, it was a short stay. And, Remy says, well, I hope that you all will get a chance to enjoy it. Maybe under better circumstances, but it is an interesting city and very complicated politically as well, and quite dangerous, interestingly. But I'm sure you'll see for yourselves. And you can handle it.
Give me a confidence.
Of course.
We can handle anything.
Any questions?
Is there any contacts in Neverwinter or towards the spine of the north that we can rely on, or should we try and keep as low key as possible?
I would say at the moment, do your best to stay low-key. The individuals that you will be meeting with at the docks, Captain LaRusta, he can be relied upon as well as his crew. The Grand Scribe does not need to know any additional details about why you are there or what you are doing. As I said, we do have eyes in the hall. So I would keep to yourselves as you go.
Has anyone heard of our missing halfling companion? Before we go.
What's her name again?
Asa?
I was just joking.
Asa love Tater
Bush.
Remy is like, your contact within the Black Network.
Is that what she's part of?
The Zent.
Yeah. Yes.
The
Her.
Zentarum, yes.
Yeah.
We have eyes and ears out. Is there anything in particular you were looking to find out about her?
Where the hell did she go?
Pops in, pops out.
No, that sounds like the Zentarum. Any additional information you may have on her that would help us to locate her, I would be happy to take.
She'll find us.
Yeah.
Remy just kind of looks at you, Zan, a little bit, like...
Mama disapproves.
Alright, well, whenever you are ready, please, thank you for your hard work. And thank you for getting us the individual and the Queen's consumption. It is very helpful in our battle against this, and helpful in allowing me more ammunition to get the council to come to the table. So, I appreciate it.
Oh, I totally forgot the Dwarf Lord's name at the council meeting, but he wanted the White Worm Speaker dead, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pretend I remember his name and then just say, and of Lord blah, 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 is he satisfied with the death of the Worm Speaker?
I have not yet spoken to him. Sometimes he says things, but means the opposite.
Oh.
So, we will find out. I have noticed. You have to find out with him. Well, I will be on for the rest of my day. Have some more. I have to show my face. More events, and
Keep up appearances.
yes.
Don't let the attack the common folk know that there's anything other than a harm or wrong.
Yes. So that will be my day. I wish you good luck. Please be safe. Be careful. You are the strongest that we have. But be humble on this.
May the gods watch over you.
You as well.
Thank you, milady.
And as Romalia heads out, I think that is where we will take our break. Everybody, just to remember to please type hashtag BEADND to enter into the giveaway for today. When we get back from our break, we are going to draw a winner for the BD&D giveaway and a winner of our monthly dice giveaway from
Junkie
Almost
Dice.
Critical. So we will be back, and we will see you soon. Alright, we have returned, and...
I mean, sometimes it's decent
Oh,
on Sunday, but
I meant to
never
do
as
a
good.
beautiful bean footage. Hold on 1 second.
Snacks.
I gotta find
Where are
it.
we at? Like, what is it? Generally.
I mean,
Where
right
is
now
that?
it's 9,
There it is.
but like we average like 15, 20.
Mm.
Alright, all the beautiful bean footage,
No,
and
Mr.
then
Mouth.
coming back,
You know, I did that the other day with that exact beer, just in a glass.
And-
I was like,
alright, so first, we're gonna do our BD&D giveaway. We have only 4 people.
4 people, get on it.
I'm just saying, your chances are pretty good. Hashtag BEADND to enter into the giveaway for our wonderful friends, BD&D. You win a t-shirt if it's your first time winning, or you can win a mug and be part of the BD&D NAT30s mug club that we are still figuring out what that means. But you definitely want to be part of it. So, I'm going to give it another couple of seconds. And if no one else joins in hashtag BEADND, I am going to close it, and then we're going to have a 25% chance to win for each of these people who have entered. So, here we go. Alright, I'm closing it now. Okay, close. And...
Bearded Fortress!
Yay!
Hooray!
So,
Pick a mug, any mug.
I'm gonna say we can chat because I know, or unless you have like a t-shirt or another mug that you would like, because I know I've been trying to keep the winnings to like the $25 or less. So there might be something else. If there's like a bag or something that fits in that, just let me know. I will maybe Bearded Fortress isn't in the mug club yet.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Alright, awesome. That works out. Okay. So
Tonight
and
the mug club grows by 1.
now
Shots for the mug club.
we are going to
Yeah.
do our monthly giveaway for the beautiful, beautiful fall-themed dice created for us by Almost Critical. You also get one of these lovely dice trays with the NAT30s logo on it. Hopefully that showed up. And and
We're pretty synchronized.
We are. We're on the same page.
And every month, you can enter as many times as you want. I'm going to be getting pictures soon of our December dice, but
We legit did that at the same exact
Yeah. I
time.
know,
Like
that's what
there's like a delay. like boom.
all right. Bearded Fortress has joined the Mug Club.
This is our
officially. This is gonna be great.
responsibility now.
It is.
Okay, now
We got
I
a
am
van
going
of the
to.
trays.
I had to change up how I did this, because I don't want to have Foundry up. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not using Foundry anymore for our in-person games, but I do have everybody's name in this spreadsheet with a formula that I created. It works. I tried it, so I'm just gonna open the spreadsheet and
It
it's gonna
works.
tell
Just
me.
trust her. It works.
It works. I'm gonna open the spreadsheet and it's gonna show me and tell me who won.
Ready?
Ready?
And look.
Bearded Fortress.
Oh, dude, it is your night.
It is your
Oh, wow, he got the turkey dice.
They're not turkey. They
They
are.
remind me of a cooked
They
turkey.
are beautiful.
I didn't say they weren't beautiful. They're
They're-
beautiful cooked turkey.
No, they're beautiful copper color with gold foil in it and this like very lovely like leafy yellow, fall leaf
Autumnal.
yellow. It's beautiful.
Magical.
Congratulations, and it's actually a set of 8 because I'm pretty sure she creates the
He
two
says
different.
no, pick someone else.
No, wait, what?
You deny the dice?
Wait, hold on.
Or are you just being nice?
Are you being nice?
just
Because
being
you
nice.
listen. You enter.
That was
into
fair
the
and square.
giveaways-
Yeah.
you enter into the giveaways fair and
Yeah.
square. So
You're
if you
stuck with it.
if you really want me to do it, I will. But don't say that just because you feel bad. Because
Like
you
Vin
are
Diesel
here.
said,
you
it
hang
doesn't
out.
matter if you win by an inch or a mile.
All right. All right. Bearded Fortress is saying let somebody else have the dice, but just so you know, you are here and you. I'm not gonna say you matter. Of course you matter. You are here and you matter. No, you are here every time, and if that means that you win. Like you should win. You're here. Okay, I'm gonna try again though. If you're sure. Okay. Let me try again. A Falcone.
Oh, I don't know.
A Falcone
They're on tonight. Are
is
they on
from
tonight?
The Role Players Guild. They rated us.
Oh, okay.
So, A Falcone, congratulations. I
Yeah.
will message him and let him know that he has won the beautiful, beautiful dice. Just as a reminder, everybody who's a patron gets an automatic entry into the monthly giveaway. So you just automatically, your name is in the drawing. Enter as many times as you would like. I didn't add up how many times each person entered this month, but we had several who entered numerous times. A Falcone entered 3 times. So it can happen that you're in there a bunch of times and you win, or just once and you can win. It's all luck of the Excel spreadsheet formula that I created.
That doesn't flow quite well.
No, it doesn't. All right, so congratulations to A Falcone. Thank you to everybody who has entered, and we do this every month and there is no end in sight. So please continue to use your channel points. Oops, somebody messaged. Okay, that's her dad. Dad messaged. All right, so thank you, Bearded Fortress. You already won dice, so he wants to share the wealth.
That's sweet.
Thank you.
Wait, you just said my dad messaged you?
Yes, your dad messaged me.
Yeah. Is he looking for pictures of the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't. We're playing, so I didn't respond to him.
Oh, well, I did. All right. So he wanted to win the dice. He was seeing how many entries he got.
It's my dad. Them dice still free?
Well, the turkey dice.
I want them turkey dice.
Just fucking.
Give you money for it.
So
Dad doesn't sound like that.
no, he does not sound like that at all.
My dad does not sound.
So we coming back in. We rejoin you all
And we're in.
in the afternoon after your discussion with Remy Haventree, who has informed you that she gained passage for you to use the Teleportation Circle that will lead you from Waterdeep to Neverwinter, which will allow you to circumvent a precarious griffin ride or an even more precarious travel over land to Neverwinter, which you halfway did when you took 2 weeks to travel up from Waterdeep to the Carnath Roadhouse past the Mirror of Dead Men. So, yeah, avoiding that sounds like a pretty good idea. Although, Looking at Arik, you can tell that there's a little slight bit of disappointment, as that would have brought you past Sea Hall as well, had you walked. Or even flown over. Could have gotten a view. But safer this way. Your gear has been set up and is ready for you. Finerdale and Alice have put everything together. Food has been packed up, and you actually don't even have to purchase it. Like, it's been, as you're part of the things that Fari does is she creates rations and smoked meats and things, nuts and all of that for you to bring on your travels so that you don't have to pay for it. But you, you have everything together. Your next task to get to Neverwinter, and then head out on the Frost Skimmer to the north in search of Macath the Crimson, a tiefling sorcerer who had previously been researching the dragons and the whereabouts of the Drakehorn. I guess in general, Abaddon, you had mentioned that you were looking for a book on dragons, and there was a book that Ulbrinter had. It was a book that was only about one particular type of dragon, as opposed to just like a book on dragons, or it was a book on one color of the chromatic. And I am opening up my notes to find. Oh no. There it is. Oh, I think it's over here. Shit. Sorry, 1 second. Gotta find all the shit. There we go. This book that you were able to find actually spoke about the black dragons only. And I will send you this in text, but just as a general, just an overview. So the black dragons are known as the vile dragons. They're the cruelest and most sadistic of all the dragons. Their lairs are filled with despair and suffering, and you would likely feel no different if you were to enter them. They are amphibious, which allows them to have a lair that is partially submerged under water, which makes it a lot more difficult to enter and exit. They often will have layers that are pretty horizontal as well, so it gives them space to move and everything. They can often be found in swamps or near where there is water, but also their breath attack is that of acid. And you are somewhat familiar with that, as you did fight Resmir the Black, who was a black half-dragon and had the acid breath. But sometimes they do have pools of acid instead of water that they can swim through and everything. They do not get hurt by it, so... let's see. They are known for targeting the weakest member of a party when they are doing... If a group of adventurers goes after them, they will go for the one that is the weakest first. And then they'll go through from there, just picking people off if they can. They do attempt, when they are attacking, to isolate single targets if they can, and then, like I said, pick them off. They're not trying to be, heroic and taking everybody on at the same time. They also can control insects and have them swarm and whatnot, their targets. They also, and again, you would be familiar with this from your encounter with Resmir, they deal a lot with magical darkness, and they use that to their advantage. And that can be a death trap for most individuals. Let's see. In regards to where they can be found, the land within 6 miles of their lair is usually heavy and overgrown with plants and thick and twisted, or the swamps have this nasty mud that makes it hard to breathe, and it makes you feel uncomfortable, and makes it more difficult to traverse through. It could take like twice as long to get through it. Let's see. When they find out that there are intruders on their land, they are known for immediately starting to seek them out and hunt them down. They don't waste any time. Let's see. They will use the fact that people have a tough time traversing through their land as an advantage to take twice as many attacks on people as they can on them. The water sources within a mile of their lair are fouled. You cannot drink from them safely. Enemies that drink that water will get sick and be poisoned and throw up. Let's see. And then fog also will be obscuring the land within 6 miles or so of the lair of a black dragon. It's a very difficult. You know when you're starting to come across it. And yeah, it is very unpleasant. And they use it to their advantage. And they are the vile. So that's what you find out about black dragons. Alright. So
when does everyone remember anything about white dragons? Or does the group?
So you all remember from your battle with Cloud Chaser where you almost died because Bob used his strength to help you break free of the ice.
Oh, Bob!
Yeah, Bob. Thinking
Bob.
back, you're not able to find any books on the white dragons, but you all know from your encounter with Glaziel, the Cloud Chaser, they are known to be the most kind of instinctual and animalistic of the dragons. They primarily deal in cold. They are, no, this isn't something you would know, so I won't say that. They have that ice breath that is pretty devastating, and they love to hunt. So while the black dragon, if you get into its territory or whatever, it will hunt you down. White dragons, they hunt almost like wolves, or it's part of their instinct is to hunt. So they enjoy the sport of hunting creatures down. So that's something to keep in mind as well. They're very good at it, and Aruthator, being so old, he's been around the block a few times and knows what he's doing.
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah. And is very, very dangerous. They also like to, from what you recall and know, they like to almost present all of their trophies and loot and everything in ice where they can see it. So when you guys were in the Skyreach Castle and the under the lair and everything was up in the walls. You had to burn it out, essentially. They do that, almost all of their stuff, when they get the time, they will ice it into the walls so that they can see it. It's trophies on display all around them. So that's another thing. It's hard, if you're heading into the lair of a white dragon, you need to be prepared to spend some time to get the treasure that they have, because it's not just typically the treasure that you all came across in the Skyreach Castle. It hadn't yet been a bunch of it hadn't yet been put into the walls or iced or anything, primarily because it was supposed to be used by the cult for things, and so they were storing it and everything down in the lair. But there was plenty of stuff in the walls that you guys had.
So the dragon was just
Yeah.
once in a while.
Right.
That's mine now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what you remember from the white dragon interaction that you had, but you didn't find anything else on the white dragons to give you more about their history or whatever.
They're getting all this from that book. They're reading between the lines. Well, the one book was on the black dragon.
Yeah, the one book
white
was on the black
dragon
dragons,
stuff is from
and then
memory.
you guys have encountered a white dragon before. So there's some stuff that you don't know, but dragons are not stupid. So they can talk, you can converse with them. White dragons, you didn't converse with this white dragon that you fought in Skyreach Castle. Like, by the time, the approach that you took did not lead you into the bottom of the area first and then up. You went down. And you chose to fight the wizards.
No. We didn't choose to fight the dragon.
No.
We tried to run.
No,
we were forced to fight the dragon.
You chose to fight the wizards and Resmir first. There was always the opportunity to go for the dragon first, but you didn't go. So your interaction with the dragon, he was already fighting the giant. So you really only got to see his power, not necessarily his intellect. So. Alright.
Yeah. Erdnot, before we go, would like to use Eric's blacksmithing station tools and just kind of sharpen his bladed weapons.
Okay.
And if there isn't a helmet there, he would like to go buy a helmet before he leaves.
Okay. It's not going to add anything to you.
I know. He just wants
What do you want the helmet to look like?
He would go looking for something as, if it was not dwarven made, something
You could find
that is,
something dwarven.
then he would look for a dwarven smith, so he could just get a quality helmet.
You want one that's pre-made, or do you want to commission one and then come back and get it later?
No, there's no time. He wants to protect his dome going north.
I'll look up what that price would be. I don't think it would be very much. Alright. Let me see if I can find it first. Let's get that out of the way. Anything else that anybody wants to do? Are you planning on heading out today? No time like the present, or?
Is it morning?
It was like 1 o'clock.
We had brunch.
When Remy,
right,
yeah, you had brunch, and then Remy showed up and chatted with you for a little bit. So
I'd say we'd probably leave in the next morning, so it would give everyone time to get their affairs in order here.
okay. Alright. I would say then I'll remind Micaiah to pick her spells and stuff for the day, and then the next morning, you all pack up your stuff. Finerdil and Alice and Fari are there to see you off, and it's kind of like a, bye, we'll see you. And then up above on that second floor, Quinn is actually on, and there had just been a switching, so Arwell is also there. So the Furbolg, tall Furbolg, and the human man standing there, and they just kind of like wave and watch you guys go. Anything else? So I know Zan has given, I assume Zan has given Finerdil the letter to...
Yes.
Okay. Go to Greenest. And anything else?
Erdnot would leave 2 letters, one to Dratha and one to Garmir, pretty much saying the same thing of like where he's going.
Okay.
And since everybody's writing letters,
Dearest Natalie.
Abaddon will leave a note for Natalie.
Okay.
A love letter. And probably a trinket. Or like a jewel, non-magical. A moonstone.
A moonstone?
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of you hand Finerdil this stuff, and he says, "Oh, Natalie, Natalie, who was?"
Oh, Natalie with the runner with the boots.
Natalie,
quick one.
Natalie Hot Pants.
The runner with the boots.
The painter. Did anybody get her last name? She won. She won the Winterfest games. Running
The
games.
ice
On the
race.
ice.
Okay. I will.
You'll find her, right?
I will do my best.
Thank you.
Natalie with the boots with the fur. Got the whole world looking at her.
Oh boy.
She hit the flow. Next thing you know.
Oh, that's so much better than what I was thinking. Roses are red, and so am I. What's up, baby?
So Fighter is gonna do his best to find Natalie with the boots with the fur. Shorty got low.
That's a good t-shirt. Like a devil in the front.
So he promises to do his best to find Natalie with the boots, who won on the first day of the Winterfest. He thinks he can probably do it. All right.
It's over the top.
Give him a challenge.
The note is over the top.
Yeah, like it's very flowery and romantic.
It's romantic, like overtly.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to write that for me.
Okay.
Wait, is this gonna land right? Because, like, there's only
I don't
one
know. That's
evening
what I
and there's a
wanna
bar
see.
fight, right?
That's what I want to see what word she uses. All right. So.
I'm just picturing a Knight's Tale when he writes the note to the she's reading. She's like, the horse's flanks. It's just like
I'm gonna say a helmet's gonna run you about 15 gold.
All right.
Based off of what I'm seeing here. So 15 gold pieces off for a dwarven made helmet.
In style.
And actually in the morning, or not, you are. You can feel. Actually, you would probably block the sun, so never mind. I was gonna say you could feel the sun like coming through the window, but no, you've got
Yeah,
it
I don't think
blocked.
there is a window in the room I chose.
No, there is, but you probably have it blocked off with curtains, like heavy curtains and whatnot. But right before your eyes open, you actually sense that white, like you feel like you're about to wake up, but then find yourself floating in that space that you're so familiar with. And you don't see Thulfrom this time, but you hear his voice come through, and you more kind of like sense the feeling of a job well done thus far. And you just hear the words, a gift, in your head. And as you're floating there, your vision kind of like blurs for a second, and then as it starts to focus, you can see a very well kept hut, like it's not a shack, but like a we'll say like a middle class looking hut.
Middle class
looking hut. That is in a style that you sort of remember. There are elements of it that are reminiscent of the old Veer plains that you recall. And your vision focusing in, you can see first Dratha, and you're kind of looking, almost like you're looking through a window, but you're not creepily looking through a window. It's just that vision of you're sitting here and you can see the room. And you see Dratha, and she has this very like proud smile on her face, and she sits down, and you, her hair's a little bit kind of disheveled. And she sits down next to your granddaughter, Story, who you have never met in person because she was born after you left. But you know that it's her. She looks just like your daughter. And she's got, her hair's a little bit lighter, but her skin is like slightly tanner. And in her arms, as Dratha is sitting there, you get to see a little dwarven baby.
A little bitty brew bottle.
And you can't tell anything really about this baby, but
It's a
it's
boy.
just a baby.
And what a boy! Homie, that's the umbilical cord.
But you see your daughter just kind of like smiling, and her arm draped around her daughter, and a baby in her arms, and you get a very clear picture of your daughter, your granddaughter, and now your great grandchild, who you have yet to meet, and your granddaughter who you have yet to meet. But you can see them just kind of like in this kind of intimate, at home, comfortable, and you know now that your great-grandchild has been born and is safe and okay.
He smiles in dwarf.
And then you kind of wake up with that smile on your face as generations of the Brew Bottle clan have continued.
It's the cutest when Ernie's happy. Like, it's fucking cute when you're happy. Like,
You're gonna disagree with Micaiah when I had to bring her back, the daughter back to life, and she's like, that's not nice. You gotta say it nice. I'm like, I am saying it nice.
So yeah, a little gift from Thulthrum.
What a nice guy.
Huh?
Thing, angel, man.
Yeah, your patron. Your celestial patron. So you all get your stuff together, and unless there's anything else,
I'm just picturing us standing there in the mud room, heading out, all heroic, new helmet. Everyone's just like striking a pose, a breeze for some reason.
And you all would have noticed, actually, just a quick side note, that over the several days that you were in this manor, kind of hanging out and doing stuff, Auric has been building by hand dummies, like sparring dummies, in the little courtyard that he has where the forge is, like where his room is. So his room is separate from the house. It's attached, but you come in through another gate into like an open blacksmith type area where there's a forge and everything, and then you and it's like an open, there's space for dummies, and then you walk up some steps to where his room is. So so you know that he's been building some stuff and trying to practice his craft. So you gather up your materials. Today is a much colder day in Baldur's Gate in Waterdeep than it has been previously, but you kind of like bundle up.
We have all this new like winter gear.
You've got all that new winter gear. You have snow boots that you're like, this should be interesting. Big flat to help you stay aloft in the snow. And you continue through the North Ward across, or from your perspective, across the Castle Ward to the Temple of Tempest, the House of Heroes, just outside of the arena, where you can hear, even though it's cold, like people are still going in and out. The festival is still going on. It's only been, you still have like 2 more days of the festival, so it is loud. There are people enjoying themselves at this point.
Just to point out how weird Zan is again, because he's wearing boots. He put his winter gear in a bag of holding, so he's still just wearing his normal clothing with the winter boots.
And at this point, Zan has, it is winter, so Zan's eyes and hair and everything are reflective of the season.
my head went to Uncle Eddie. Like in the robe. Winter
Zan.
boots.
Zan's dirty blonde hair now has streaks of blue, and his skin has a slight blue, like into it in the winter time.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a Russian cap.
Empty the
No,
shitter.
still just his hood. The only different thing is he's got boots with fur on it. That's the only difference.
So you all head through. There is a moment as you're walking through the City of Splendors, as you get that familiar everything, and this one is the most eerie of all that you kind of have experienced. You've been experiencing the call of the Dracorn. At this point you know it, but suddenly it just gets really quiet. You're in a festival setting, and the sound all around you just deadens for a moment, and everybody just kind of stops, and you can see it's almost like people don't want to be uncomfortable anymore because everybody's been feeling this over and over again, but everyone just kind of stops, and like little shivers, and everyone gets really quiet, and you all feel that unsettling pit in your stomach. And again, every time it happens, you can't help but think about how Vidania might be. Like, where is Vidania? Is she okay? And then it lasts only a few seconds, and then you start to hear whispers, and then people kind of looking at each other again, and then just everyone's like, well, I guess we just go back to our festival games. And yeah, it's unsettling, and you never quite get used to it, but you know what's happening when it's occurring now.
Why was this one more unsettling?
Because you're just in this like grand festival.
Okay.
It's so loud and cheery, and then suddenly it just goes.
Have we noticed a pattern, or rhyme, or reason, or is it just at random? Like there's not somebody wherever the Dracorn is, like on the hour every hour blowing the thing.
No, it's random.
Okay.
So you continue through, making your way to the temple of Tempest, the House of Heroes. You are greeted by some of the guards that are there. They have a blazing sword on a blood red shield, and you know that to be the Tempest symbol, and they have that on their shields and on their chests. A lot of them are dressed in the ceremonial robes, but they are dressed like they are ready for battle. Tempest is the god of war and battle, and so these acolytes and priests are ready for anything that might come their way. So they bring you. You are then greeted by Hardar Murden Lightbrand, who greeted you when you first came in, took all of your information, and you had to like stand in front of them in the office while they got your info. And they say, yes, we were expecting you, please. And they like snap 4 times, and guards come and lead you back through the hallway, through the stone doors that you had entered when you came up, and you're heading down. The teleportation circle is protected and held deep in the temple. Eventually you are brought through to down another long hallway, stone hallway with guards on either side of you bringing you through. And then finally to this 20 by 20 foot stone room that is actually quite plain, and has a blue light that is emanating from the runes on the floor. And as you step forward, a priest of the Tempest Order steps into the room and begins the incantation using their hand. They do this motion, and then as they're speaking, the wind begins to like swirl in the room, and then you're kind of like ushered, like, okay, go, you got 6 seconds, go. And you guys go whoop, 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 whoop. And you get that kind of floaty feeling, that instant like you're being lurched from one place to another, and you find yourself emerging in a completely different looking place than where you left. So as you step through, you kind of come out this other side of the teleportation circle and find yourselves in another stone room. It is again underground. There's no windows anywhere around you. There are several individuals standing in front, but it's a little bit crumbly, like not as well kept as the Temple of Tempest that you did just leave. But the difference is this room has a lot more like decoration all around it, in that there are bookshelves, lots of books, scrolls, tomes. There are maps and all kinds of things. There are things hanging from the walls, and you barely have a moment to kind of assess where you are. Before stepping in front of you, you see a male elf, short and like frail looking, just very, very thin, and with this like scowl on their face, long hair. I believe he's half elf. Let me just double check this. Just double checking, everybody. Yes. Actually, it doesn't say. So, yes, he is pretty fragile looking, long, scraggly, kind of like blondish hair, but also really decked out, like very flamboyantly dressed. But steps forward, an elf, like, well, we were told of your arrival. Welcome.
Thank you for greetings.
Yes. Well, and there are probably about 3 other underlings with him, dressed similarly, but not quite as, like clearly he is the top person here.
Is he the scroll guy we were told to?
Yeah, so when he steps forward, he says, well, I am Grand Scribe Spivey Leothenson. And you all?
Well, we're just the Bums of Greenest.
Indeed. He kind of looks you up and down. Like, well, I have been told to escort you out, which I will happily do. And he turns, and you see the other individuals who are there. They just kind of look at you like, they step behind you all. And like, don't touch anything. Don't look at anything. We are escorting you up and out, and then you will leave. And he...
Or not wants to look around.
You can't. He's stepping in front of you. He's not looking at what you're doing. So he's kind of like walking in front of you, like with a little bit of a slight limp. You can tell that like he's wearing all of these robes, but they're just kind of hanging off of his body a little bit. Like he's very, very thin underneath. And all around, like as you head out, you begin to head up these stairs. You can tell that you're in a basement, almost like a dungeon level. Lot of stonework. It is crumbling, falling apart. And then as you come up the stone to like the first floor, where you start to see that you are entering into a temple. You can see workers actually actively beginning renovations on this this temple. So,
is this another temple of Tempest?
No, this is the House of Knowledge. So the temple to Ogma. So as you come up to the ground floor, you can see that this is a larger shrine that is open. You can see open to the public. People are coming in and out. But also on the edges, you see all of these workers like actively renovating, actively putting things together, cleaning things up. There is... you can see that there are books and scrolls like all over the place here. And it appears that this is being like actively fixed from the ruining that occurred decades ago. So Spivey does not speak with you at all this whole time, just like kind of like shuffling forward, like, and then you can see them like bark out orders to people as they go, and then just shaking their head as they're going along. They kind of like mumbling like, should be a candle keep here instead. Neverwinter. And
Lowowski, you didn't file your paperwork.
So he leads you out to the front with the others behind, and he says, well, enjoy. Just looking at you all.
Thank you. Thank you for your lead.
Just tips his head at him.
If Kyra was here, I'm sure she would say something. But yeah, so this Grand Scribe just kind of sees you out and then like wants to close the door. You can tell like his hand's on like the handle, but really it's an open area to the public, so closing the door doesn't make any sense. So he just kind of scowls as you like walk out and shakes, looks, turns. You can hear him go, "Hey, man!" and start yelling at somebody in the room. But you find yourselves...
That wasn't as bad as they said it was.
Lucky for you. You find yourselves in the city of Neverwinter. It is warmer here than it was in Waterdeep. It's still winter, so it's cool, but it's not cold enough to snow or anything like that. It is pretty picturesque as you come out. You exit the temple, and immediately to your left, you see the wall. There is a large stone wall that goes up probably 60 to 80 feet, if not higher. And you can see a little bit of like a shimmer that goes above it that appears to be, as you have been told, some kind of the seal, whatever that seal is. Like, you can see a little shimmer up, and it is daytime. You're still on the Sword Coast. So all around you, you can see that there are buildings in various states of, I don't know, like some of them are falling apart and have been completely destroyed. Some of them have been completely renovated. Some of them look like they never were touched at all. But you are aware of the fact that right over that wall is where the chasm is. And coming out from the temple and like kind of turning around and looking at it, you can see that it is it would have been a very beautiful building. Like, there's multiple stories. You can see areas where there was stained glass that probably got shattered, and some of it's being renovated and all of that. It is a very nice, very large temple, and probably library at this point as well. So, looking around, you recognize that there are lanterns all over, and while it's daylight and they're not lit, you can see that they're all different. Some of them are different colors of glass that, if lit up, would be like the yellows and gold and pink and blue and green, like all of that you saw in your vision or in your scry the other night. And you know that you are in the right place. You are in Neverwinter. Let's see. Which direction are you going? You find yourself in the Protector's Enclave, which is the area where Lord Neverember would be, and where the richest people are, and also if you continue to the west, it will bring you to the docks where the Frost Skimmer is.
Well, let's get this over with. Let's go to the boat.
Head towards the docks then.
Well, what about a night here? And the two people that I have told about it are not here.
Well,
so
Micaiah's there, so
Micaiah
like, looks at you.
like,
Oh, you don't want to just head on your way?
I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to kind of look at Micaiah, and while I'm speaking to the rest of the group, but I'm going to look at her and just say, I do have some unfinished business here, and there's just a little bit that I need to check out before we go. Can we take some time? Is it like midday or something?
It's actually in the morning. It's
Oh, it
probably
is?
only like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Okay. Just one night.
You need a whole day for this business.
I'm happy to tell you about it. Maybe you can even help, but I need you to know that I can't leave yet. I won't leave yet.
No. I'm not eager to go on the boat.
There you go, Erdy. That's the spirit. Well, you all helped me with my thing, so whatever you need, Abaddon. I mean, I know you weren't there to help me, but I'm here to help you.
if you had business here, we can attempt.
I mean, what's one night, right? One night. We can do one night.
One night. Eric, are you in? Trogdor?
You. I thought we were doing bad impersonations. You.
Guess I am. No, Arik.
Okay.
Of course.
Where is it that you need to go, Abdul?
Maybe somewhere quiet to start. With just us. Maybe we could find a place to stay overnight. My treat.
Your tree.
Yeah.
I don't know this city, so I don't know where to go.
Nor do I, but I think that we're in the right place. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. There's got to be somewhere to stay here. Plus, it's so safe.
Zan, take a look around for like somebody who looks like they're either working in the area or just like someone passing by to ask them where some inns might be.
Yeah, so you guys are still standing kind of like right outside of the house of the Hall of Knowledge. And there are workers like inside and out doing renovations. So heading over, you can see a human man who has like a, like the man bun thing tied up with the hair shaved underneath. What is that? Shave under? What do they call that thing?
Undercut.
Undershave. Shave under.
Undershave.
I think undershave is something else.
And you head over to him. He's just like working away and turn around. And those are, how can I help you?
Hello, adventurer.
Yeah. Excuse us, we're new in the city. We were wondering if there was an inn or tavern we could
Trash bag handle haircut.
He looks like, yeah, I can tell you're new in town. Yeah. Where are you all coming from?
Oh, various places.
Yes, all over.
Oh yeah, well, welcome to Neverwinter. It's a interesting place for sure. Kind of little bit dangerous. Don't go over the wall. Don't go over that wall. No, you don't want to do that.
Good sounding place.
Yeah, there's monsters over there. I had a buddy, Joe.
I can't tell if this is Southern California or like Southern Kentucky.
Thought it'd be funny to head over the wall, and lost an arm, a whole ass arm.
Whole ass arm.
So an inn, huh? I mean, how much are you looking to spend?
Well, where's the closest place to this area?
Well, there's a bunch of dives all around here. You know what I would say is go down that way to the south, take a left and then a right, then another left, and you'll end up Iron Flagon Inn. It's in the Market District. I recommend it. The proprietor there, Lyrana Delmont, she's a good one. She's real good. And they have Poison Serpent Ale that they're well known for.
Yeah.
I do recommend.
Elbow Micaiah a little bit.
Like, oh yeah, we'll take that. For sure. And he's like, tell them Dale sent you. They know. They'll know. Maybe you'll get a discount, or maybe not.
Thank you, Dale.
Oh, you're welcome. You're real welcome. Come on by anytime. I'm just here working on this shit. It's real boring.
Thank you for your help, Dale.
Yeah. What are your names?
Oh, we gotta go. We have to go quickly to go check in. Thank you so much. And Abaddon's gonna kind of like
I see ya.
pull hands.
Iron Flagon in.
Iron Flagon in. Iron Flagon
Damn. Alright. So, you walking through the streets here, you get a pretty good picture of Neverwinter. It is or at least the Protector's Enclave portion, clearly well-to-do. Like, this is not necessarily where, as you leave the temple area, you can see where there's probably like the lower middle class folks. People walk around, definitely different clothing style than Waterdeep for sure. People here look a little bit more hardened. It is a city with a quarter of it currently under the a protective spell to help ward against evil monsters. So, you know, they maybe have seen some shit. And
Not Dale.
No, he might not be from here.
Can Erd not keep an eye out for suspicious people looking at us?
Yeah, make a perception check.
17.
Alright. Yeah, so looking around as you continue through the streets, you notice people looking at you. Like, you all... as
People always look at us.
Yeah,
like
people are...
suspicious
People
eyes following.
There's nobody following you with their eyes. You do see here in Neverwinter, as you had read, very, very diverse population here. As you're walking through, the areas that you traverse are typically primarily human, or at least have been up to this point. Like, you haven't been to the elven areas or anything like that. You know, seeing somebody like Rolly, a goblin in the middle of Waterdeep, there might be a handful of them somewhere, but they probably hang out in like a goblin area. Where here there are tieflings. Like Abaddon, as you're walking through the streets, you have never like, if you had known, but you have never seen this many tieflings. They come in all different shades, purples, reds, primarily, but there are some golds in there and blues and different, or at least bluish hue. With a red or a purple undertone. There are orcs, there are half-orcs all over, there are some humans, elves, half-elves, halflings, gnomes, they're all different types of people here. Erdnot, you do see people looking at you. Whether or not it's for a purpose, you're not sure, but there are people who are watching you as you walk down the street. Some people like whispering, like... Because you... Not to say that you're not as diverse as any other group, just you're wearing a lot of shit. Like, you guys have all your weapons on you, you're like walking through the streets with all your stuff, you've got, you know, armor, dressed to the nines, you're all heavily kind of ready to go into winter when it's a little bit warmer here than you were expecting. Kind of are sweating a little bit underneath your winter clothes.
Are there any faces that stick out that he should take note of?
Make an insight check.
$14.
So as you're walking through, you do see a human guy. He's got kind of like a shaggy black hair with a sailor's type cap on, wearing common clothes like a vest and some, you know, regular boots. Nothing that overtly stands out, but he does kind of eye you a little bit and then heads in the direction of the docks. But so you continue down to the south in the direction of the in the direction that you were told until you make your way to a building that you can see has on its sign, it is just what you would expect. It is an iron flagon that is just like on there with some foam and stuff hanging out the side, the top of it. It says Iron Flagon right on it. And as you head in, I'm trying to find out what this fucking place looks like. If not, I have to make it up, which is fine. But if it already exists, no, it doesn't. So you walk in to the Iron Flagon. And let me generate this so that I don't have to think of everything. Or not. Sorry, 1 second. I just don't want to have to come up with this whole thing by myself. The fuck? Sorry, guys. Alright, so you come into the Iron Flagon, and as you walk up, you can see that this one, it has almost like a fake straw roof. That it looks like it's straw, but as you come in, you can see that it's been like fashioned to look that way, almost to try to look like it's quaint. You come into the room, and it almost looks like it's like a converted mansion of sorts. So there's a lot of artistry in there, in the construction of it. There's limestone fixtures, and there's like decor that's just, it doesn't really fit what you would expect. All of the legs of the tables are shaped like different animals, and you can hear it is really, really loud and busy as you walk in there. Up at the front, it is a tavern/inn, and you can see the woman that he had referred to, Lyrana Delmont, appears to be an elven woman, and she has kind of like pinkish hair that is in 2 long braids down either side, and yeah, it is a busy inn that appears to be a pretty popular hangout at the moment.
Even in the morning?
Even in the morning, yeah. People are eating. It's an inn/tavern, so you can see people are eating. It does smell like freshly cooked meats and baked breads and everything. People come here to drink and enjoy meals throughout the day.
We're having breakfast.
You gonna eat?
Is there a table?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You can find a place.
Is there a corner table?
I mean, there is a corner table.
Is it unoccupied?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Let's see.
Are there corners in this room?
There is.
Sorry, it is a round room.
There is a corner table, but it does appear to be occupied by a couple of people at the moment. But there are other tables. Like, you can also go try to get that table. But
No, we can just sit wherever.
okay.
I'm trying to get everybody moving. I'm like, come on, we gotta do this now.
Okay. Yeah. So you all sit down at one of the rounder tables. Your whole group there. You're approached by one of the wait staff, because this is a large enough place that Lyrana is not going to be the one who is serving you, and they take your order of whatever the food is. It's morning, so do you want to drink some alcohol as well, or no?
It's just some morning ale.
Morning ale. They do have
Water.
water. Okay.
The morning water.
They do have freshly squeezed orange juice with some kind of clear liquor.
So they have mimosas.
They have mimosas.
Micaiah, I think, will have a
Micaiah,
mimosa.
like, oh, I'll have one of those. What about you, Abaddon?
Oh,
It's
no.
orange juice.
Well, we have so much talking to do, but order whatever you want.
All right. Orange juice. It is the morning. All right, so yeah, they take your order, and then you're kind of in the middle of this loud, crowded area.
Alright, well, I'm gonna...
Do you want to, if this is like a really important plot point, do you want to RP it when the whole table's here?
Oh, I don't
Well,
know.
Micaiah already knows it, so.
Okay. I was just leaving it up to her.
Either way, whatever works out for the group is fine. So, I'll leave it up to
I mean,
your
if
judgment.
we wanna postpone this, even though I've had my iPad charged in, I'm at 80%. I just don't want it to cut out in the middle of the RP.
Alright, so you all sit down at the Iron Flagon Inn and waiting for your meal to arrive. Kind of looking around, Micaiah's like awkwardly looking at you, Abaddon, as she pretty much knows, like, but can't say anything because, you know, it would be rude. So she's just like, and we will pick up there as you are all in Neverwinter, where Abaddon has some shit to take care of.
Some shit.
Oh boy.
So, thank you everybody, and thanks for hanging out. We will be back next week with more bums. Congratulations to, it was Alex, A Falcone, who I have to go message, and Bearded Fortress for becoming part of the Mug Club, A Falcone for winning the dice, and I'm just double checking to see if they're any of our Team Stream friends, or is Fires of Atheline up? I don't see it. So it should automatically show up in the self-promotion thing if they're already up. No, because I don't think they start for another few minutes.
Oh, right, yeah, 7:30, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So, so we will find someplace else to raid at in the moment, but
we can fart around for like a few minutes to see if he comes on.
well, it'll probably be a couple of minutes from now. How about we will raid Starfallen Games is a new one. Do I see there was a inclusive something? Nope. So how about Starfallen Games? That's a new one that I don't think that we have raided before. So we are going to illness on the crew, so they're not going to play. Okay, so let's raid them. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Thanks for entering into our giveaways. Starfallen.
And Monday is Midnight Monday.
Oh,
with
yes.
a story by Cheese Cat.
Yep.
Run by Cheese Cat.
Oops.
So
Oh, cat.
that should be fun. There'll be no Whippy on Tuesday. We'll have Whippy again the following Tuesday, starting a non-goblin campaign, because that one went 2 months longer than it should have.
Does the would-be DM, did we do enough to the goblins to get a level up?
The DM has to do some prep, and he'll let you know. Because he did not do any prep last week.
That's fair.
All right. So yes, we'll see you tomorrow for Midnight Monday. If anybody wants to play a horror TTRPG with us, then tomorrow night, this is where you want to be. You want to go to our Discord though. I think we're looking for one more player.
Last I read,
I think there's 3. So we've got Gavin, and then we have 2 more, I believe. So one more player. I would prefer to be in the background. Not that I don't enjoy playing, just I do better with keeping the stream up if I'm not also playing. It's a lot of work. And then Tuesday, we're gonna take the night off. I think I'm gonna do some prep. I know I keep saying that and then I do a rerun, so it's either gonna be a rerun or prep depending on how I'm feeling. I am starting a new job tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes.
So a rerun.
I mean, I'm making some maps and things, so I do want to share them. I just, all right, so we are gonna raid right now, and we will see you tomorrow, right back here.
Goodbye, good night. Congratulations. Enjoy the dice.
Good night.
All right, is it gonna? Okay, tap to raid now. Nope.